you give me your IP for how you do it, but is it like things people don't know about so and so?
Yeah. I think a good thing to do is to start local, like where they are, right?
Yeah.
So if you have a guest and I don't know, they're from upstate New York and they're an actor and maybe they were starting off in, like some sort of theater scene somewhere, and like somebody's going to be writing about that stuff. Or if you're interviewing Viola Davis, for example, and like she's at Juilliard, like what was Juilliard writing about her, like when she first started to bubble up, like, cause those are the first outlets, the first eyes they're going to see somebody rising. So that's like a good place to start, is in like regionality is kind of important when you're like looking for sources. And then also too, just expose yourself to as much information as you possibly can. So yes, like read all the magazine profiles, do all of that stuff. I also think it's a good idea, and this is probably something that's happened more so over the last couple of years, but if they're an actor, watch the movies, like end your night with a double feature. Like if they're an artist, like rather than like watching every interview, you should listen to the album, because a lot of times the artistic expression of these people will tell you just as much about them, if not more, than the things that you're reading, the profiles that you're reading, the interviews that you're watching, whatever.
Was this always your style and what you discovered, or when you decided to do Hot Ones, it was kind of like, this is the approach I'm going to take?
Well, no, I think when we first started, I think the vision of it was that it would be this kind of internet sideshow Super Bowl event. Like maybe we'd just put out like 4 a year or something.
Okay.
Like I certainly didn't think we'd be programming it every single week when we first started. And I think back in the day, the idea was more of, the heat is on, like swinging interrogation light sort of situation. Like it was much more aggressive and adversarial in tone, I think, when it first started, our idea for it.
Wow.
But I think over time, what ended up happening was there was this cult audience that rallied around it early on. That wasn't a big, huge hit or anything, but it would be the same people that were like in the comments every week, So that made me feel good.
That's huge,
I was
that
like,
retention.
Right. That's like, they're not just rallying for this specific guest. Like these are people who are watching every week, regardless of who And then I think that really inspired me because it gave me an idea of its potential, because I never had huge dreams for the show, but I'm like, wait a second, every eye that we get in the tent, every set of eyes that we get in the tent stays in the tent, so if we can just grow this tent, well, what's going to make this thing grow? We have this interesting spectacle, but that can only take you so far. If you have what is unimpeachably an excellent or viable interview show, and then you combine it with this novel hook, that's how you can have a hit that lasts for a long time. But you can't have one without the other and have that kind of longevity. So it was really the fans that rallied around the show early on that made us think we really need to elevate it.
What episode or what few episodes was the turning point of you realizing maybe this is going like somewhere crazy?
Yeah, I think it didn't take long. I knew it was a crazy show from the first episodes that we shot. I think like Machine Gun Kelly was like the second episode that we shot, and he's standing on the table, he's doing laps around the room. And when something's going crazy in the studio, it's going to translate to camera even better,
Yes.
So I remember like while that was happening, I was like, this is insane. There's no show like this. This is totally, it's real, it's wild, it's spectacle, all of that. I'm like, once we publish this and present it, people are gonna be like, what the it's going to blow people's minds. So I remember feeling that before an audience ever caught up to it all. But that would be interesting. I would imagine if I pinpointed, it's like somewhere in the middle of season 2 is when I think we started to kind of like catch a rhythm. And I remember in college, I'd watch a lot of Nardwuar interviews. I always remember, when he's startling people with information, what he's creating is a real human reaction. He's snapping people out of that PR-driven flight patterns. That was always really inspiring for me. So I think the first time that, like, when that started happening on our show, I'm like, oh, this is great, because you have true human reactions to the spice. You have true human reactions to the interview, and that punctures the whole artifice of, like we talked about earlier, this completely ridiculous setup that we're all in.
How's it working with your brother? Because I know you're brother Gavin. You guys... I have so much in here.
Yeah, you have a lot of cards.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? He's great. Was
it from the beginning, or were you like, come on, I need my bro to be a part
super early on. He's probably been working with us now for 7 or 8 years. Yeah. And actually, the whole show, Hot Ones, the company's grown. First Week Feast has grown. But really doing Hot Ones has not changed since the beginning, and all the same people are doing it. I've had the same producer for 8 or 9 years, worked with my brother this whole time, me and Chris, obviously, from day one, but yeah, I remember our camera guys are all the same, sound guy, it's just always been the exact same way all the way through. And then I do appreciate it, because it's like when it's your brother, you don't really have to manage him.
Yeah.
I just sent a text, hey, Well, you're shooting with this person on 418, need the packet by 415.
Yeah.
And then he just thumbs it up. I don't have to. He's
Baby brother?
Baby brother, yeah.
Baby brother. It's just y'all two. It's just y'all two?
Just us. Just us.
The way that you looked and smiled made me feel like it was a trick question.
It's just us.
Okay, just you guys two.
Yeah.
What kind of brother were you?
He was a couple years younger than me, but it was that's a good question. I think
I was a very annoying little sister. Really bad.
I think, I wonder, I think it's almost the same role that I'm having now, I feel like, where I'm still kind of a big brother to him, I feel like.
Yeah.
And that hasn't changed much. I think
so helpful. Never not like Pete and Pete. You weren't like
no, yeah. We weren't at each other's throats. Or anything like that. It's just a good not too hot, not too cold relationship.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Where Goldilocks just right, I think.
Love that.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Gavin.
Yeah, to Gavin.
Is there ever any pressure that you have to stay consistent? Because again, people have all these high expectations for the show.
Yeah.
Do you get to a point where it's like, okay, we're gonna have to cut? You know what I mean? It's like we're at the last season of Lost. Boom.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Overall, I think an interview is something that no one's naturally good at it. I think you have to, it's like stand up, like you just have to get on stage and fail 100 times before you can start to identify a perspective or point of view. And then I think too, the longer you do it and the more that you commit to it, especially as like you start to rise or the show starts to rise, because a big thing is when a guest comes in is getting them to trust me and trust the process. That's always I think the hardest hurdle that you have to jump, and you have to jump it quickly. Mm-hmm. And now so many people kind of walk in already trusting me or already trusting the process because it's gotten to a level where they want to be on the show rather than us persuading them to be on the show. So all of that, I think, actually makes my job a little bit easier. I think gives me a better ability to get something good out of people when I sit down with them. But I also think, like you were saying, the expectations, I try to have a healthy outlook on it where, try to aim for everything being a 7 or an 8. You'll have some 10s, and you'll have some bricks. Hopefully you have more 10s than you have bricks. But if the viewer experience is consistently a 7 or an 8, that's how you get longevity out of things. So I try not to beat myself up about not everything being a 10 all of the time, not everything being an instant classic or huge hit all of the time. Just make the viewer experience of that a 7 or an 8, and that's enough to scratch the itch every single time. And I also am kind of trying to wrap my head around the ebbs and flows of it all, just on this given day, I'm sitting down with this person. We have this time. Try to meet the moment, make the best out of it. Good things happen when you have that kind of approach. And so I just try to stay small and stay consistent. Don't think bigger than the next shoot, the next project, the next day.
Yeah. Again, it's very Midwestern. Now, you have an interesting take on cancel culture where you talk about shows and podcasts like this and, if they should be held accountable for having certain people on. How do you feel about that when it comes to interview shows?
Well, I don't think if you're a host of a show that you're necessarily responsible for the guest's behavior in perpetuity forever. And I also don't think that, I also, extend some grace for yourself. Right? Yeah, you're not responsible for what I do 5 years from now and this video being up. But I also don't know if it's the place of a talk show host to be the arbiter of what is and what is not okay, And then I also think, though, there's other sides of it where, there's a certain responsibility, I think, I think there's certain guests, there's certain things where it's more of a journalism setting than it is an entertainment setting.
Right.
And in that case, I think there are different rules involved, but overall, there's times you just have to bring somebody in, or you're shooting with somebody. If you agreed to do it, do it and eat it.
I'm always thinking about that, especially with my podcast. Is how can I contextualize this and show awareness around something, but then still allow the conversation to pose as something for the audience to engage on any given topic.
Yeah, right.
Because sometimes it does feel or the idea is often, this is just something thoughtless, as opposed to, no, this should mean something.
Right.
And we should, even if this is not somebody that I agree with or have the same ideas as, at least it's something for you to engage with and talk about that I'm platforming that leads to a bigger discussion. Right. And I think it's difficult to figure out how to handle that sometimes.
Right. Or thread that needle, because sometimes the feedback that comes in, and too, I don't know, sometimes you can get it wrong.
Right.
Sometimes you can just step in it and mess up too.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
That's the other side of it. But ultimately, just, next day, next shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Very much next day, next shoot. Yeah. Okay, well, it's important for me to talk about me being on Hot Box.
Ooh, yeah,
that's a big deal. Baby,
This is Keke Palmer, yeah.
There is a very specific kind of joy that happens when you get 3 generations of your family all under one roof. And if you know, you know. I'm talking about mom teaching the grandkids something in the backyard, daddy on the grill doing what he does best, the cousins running around being feral in the best way possible. And let me tell you, that kind of moment, you're not really getting that in a hotel. In a hotel, everybody ends up in their own room, doors closed, doing their own thing. It starts to feel more like a logistics exercise than a family memory. But when I book a stay on Airbnb, like when I went to Big Bear, it's a whole different vibe. You get a real home in a real neighborhood with enough space so nobody's on top of each other, but still close enough that everybody's part of the same story. And that's what makes it special. Spring is the perfect time to do it before summer gets hectic and everybody's schedules take over. Find a home on Airbnb and get your whole family under one roof. Trust me, that's where the magic is. Do I get a crown or something? Because I've actually feel like I've been on the most times.
I think you have actually been on the most times because you have to factor in the studio the first time.
Yeah.
We did an episode during the
this one's got a little sweetness
to it. This got a little sweetness to it.
I don't know how that always happens with me and you. It's so cool. It's so random that all these, I'll never forget, even that first one. That was just the most fun ever.
Yeah, I think it's like because you probably didn't totally know what you were walking into. And then I feel like it was one of those where like the show kind of won you over while it was happening.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
And then it was probably, you tell me, was it kind of surprising to you the reaction that it got on the other side? You know, you do like so many interviews, but then this one, it almost becomes like a line on your IMDb or something.
I feel like that became the beginning of the whole meme thing with me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? When people saw me on that first one with you, where I'm like trying my hardest to X, Y, and Z and stay up, and that was the first. I think that might have been one of the first time that I ever saw me getting memed.
My facial expression. Deposits to the meme economy that day.
NFTs everywhere. No. So that was incredible. Why do you think I was a good Hot Ones guest?
Because there's a lot of reasons that you're a great guest, but you're obviously very charismatic, you're smart, you're beautiful. You have a way of talking about the stuff that you do. You know, you'll say something smart or thoughtful, and then you'll provide an example from your career, and then you'll undercut that with like a little joke. And I think it just keeps the rhythm of all of that. But then also too, I think that we all give off like kind of gigawatt frequencies, you know, like sometimes they just naturally really match with people. Yeah, you're
really good. That's what I'm telling you. Like the vibe that I do think that's why it's so special whenever we did the Hot Ones, whenever we talking and hanging out and people are always gagging about it because we do. It's like we both being like,
just dance.
We're just dancing. What was the feedback you got when people saw us kiss?
I just got a lot of like, that's my dog. You know, like that. Just a lot of it. Really, I don't know what it did for you, but it was great for my stock. It was great for my stock.
It was great for me as well. I mean, first of all, they're going to be ready for this because they like just want to see us together all the time.
Right. Well, I always think that. I think that sometimes I'm like, we could never go broke because ultimately we could just do like this is my dream for when we're old New Yorkers.
Yes!
Is we do the coffee table like morning shows. You know.
Oh my God.
This is the thing.
With Sonny and Cher.
Yeah. Mark and Kelly. You know?
Now, oh my gosh. Yes. I love us waking up with America. Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, that's what we could call it. Yeah.
Sean and Keke. Keke and Sean. In Chicago.
Yeah, let's well, Perry Caravello will be our first guest. Yeah, we can gosh.
That is so funny.
Actually, now I'm kind of in love with this idea.
I actually love it as well. I do love me and you something more.
Yeah.
It's good.
Let's do that.
Something good here.
Yeah.
I mean, how does it feel now that you're in the talent space as well? I mean, it was like I'm interviewing, but then now like I'm a celebrity and like people are in my business too. Like, what do you feel of it?
It's all very exciting and fun and kind of a cartoon world, you know, that I try not to take too seriously or whatever. And, but it's also a chance to learn new skills, learn new things. How do I pose on a red carpet? You know, like how do I handle all of these different situations, scenarios? I think it all helps the day job, to go through all of these things. And it's, I don't know, it's just, it's strange to kind of look at where we started, and then these different kind of mile markers that you hit along the way, and you're like, whoa, what the hell happened? Because it happens so slow. I feel like I was like a frog that was just boiled 1 degree at a time, so I didn't feel it get so hot all of a sudden. And so then now I'm just trying to catch up and react to it. But I like somebody's going to dress me for an award show, and like, oh, this is elevating my taste level like to something that I'm not capable of as a 90s kid from suburban Crystal Lake, Illinois. And like all of these different things that are all super exciting and fun. But I love my studio. Like that's still home for me, and but it's fun, I guess, to get out on a Friday night.
How does it affect your dating life? Like, do you feel like you have to now be more cautious?
I think, but that could be dating life. That could be anything. I think like there is like a whole way in which you have to be more that, as a midwife, I'd be like, oh, everybody's just my friend and everybody has good intentions for me or whatever. And I think, I think that you have to be more cautious about like anything, like anybody that comes in your life, anything that comes in your life, offers that come in, like there's lots of different things I think where you have to be a lot more skeptical than my, Midwest roots would want me to be.
Is there a thing that you go by, like, when you're entering new situations, whether they be relational or business-wise, that you kind of help you to check off?
I think I have like a good small circle around me. Like there's people that are, I don't have, a big team or like a big circle or anything. It's super tight, but everybody's really, really connected. So I always just try to get perspectives outside of my own, like trust my own gut, but also too just the people around me as much as possible.
Yeah, community is everything.
Yeah.
Also, you petitioned to have Hot Ones nominated for an Emmy. Oh. That was a pretty incredible thing. What made you decide to do that?
Yeah, I didn't, you know what? Actually, to be honest with you, when I saw that was news to me, like that. Like I saw that, like somebody, sent me an article and I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
Cool, I guess.
So did somebody else put it together?
Yes, maybe Auntie. Maybe somebody from Auntie's side, actually.
But I mean, I feel that it does deserve it, though. So it does make sense to me.
Well, I think that ultimately when I think about all of these things, it's like late night was always the de facto cultural reference point for where you could find celebrities in looser and edgier environments.
Yeah.
So it's like in that way, Hot Ones is worthy of competition and comparison with all of those sort of traditionally, award shows types like nominees. And then on top of it, like when you look at the cultural penetration, the performance, the eyeballs, like all of those different things, I think it does come to a point where even if it's not us or if it's not Hot Ones, like that is the future.
Exactly.
Like we said, there's this entire ecosystem of celebrity interview shows that are on the internet now. Like there's going to be more of them in 10 years and 15 and 20, and the best ones are going to come out. Like anybody who makes something new is going to do it here first. So I think like ultimately those doors will open at some point, and I guess Hot Ones are just kind of knocking on them right now.
Yeah. I mean, then you also were named one of Time 100's most influential creators. How does that feel?
They're all like fun and exciting things.
I live for fun and exciting. All I think about is your mom being so sweet. Because you're like, it's just lovely, and I just, it's great.
It is. But ultimately, the thing the drug that I'm always chasing or the itch that I'm always trying to scratch is just big, good episodes, big, good interviews, like we were talking about with Family Matters. And, I just remember the kind of feeling that I got from escapism television, especially at times when I really needed it. And so I just think like the ultimate privilege is now to be a conduit for that exact same feeling, just for a new generation. So all these different fun things that are happening in my life and all these different sort of layers that get added to the cake every year, like it's all really cool. But the thing that I'm always chasing and that I'm always inspired and always focused on is just making bangers. Making, like,
have you ever had Barack Obama on?
No, I've never had Barack Obama on.
Barack would love this.
I wonder what the Secret Service wing situation would be like. Can we just...
Barack need to come on there. You want to see that. Michelle neither?
No, neither one. So maybe someday, but I do wonder
that would be cool.
What feeding a world leader scorching hot chicken wings is like. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you one thing.
These wings are spicy. Wings are hot as...
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's get into a quick rapid fire before we get into our game, because we just need to know more about you, Sean.
Okay,
so let's start with this. Celebrity crush growing up.
Ooh, growing up was TLC from...
all of them, yeah.
Hold on.
Crazy, Sexy, and Cool.
No. Celebrity crush growing up, my first one ever was Left Eye from TLC. And I remember at one point, on the topic of TV, there was this episode of Living Single, right? Where TLC would appear.
You was watching Living Single?
Yeah.
I know
Martin.
that's right.
Yeah. I was
Yes!
Then I was watching New York Undercover after Living Single when I was in like 3rd grade. I was a very precocious kid.
Oh my
MTV
God.
kid. Yeah. And I remember there was this episode where he's having these like fantasy dreams, and in these dreams TLC is appearing in the episode. And I remember seeing Left Eye and like just something happening to me, like my heart dropping and like, you know, just like a thing just happening to me, and like walking up to my dad and being like, is it possible for someone who's my age now to grow up and look exactly like someone who's a grown up now? Like, cause I was like, I know I'm too young for Left Eye, but is it possible that there's like a Left Eye to be out there who's gonna like 2.0 into a Left Eye? Like, and I remember he was just reading the paper. I'll never forget this. He just dropped the paper, looked at me and goes, not exactly alike, but pretty similar. And then just went back to reading the paper. Like, still remember that
It
moment.
was just such a genuine reply from your dad, which I
it was
really
just
love.
like, he was just meeting me like,
I remember when I watched Karate Kid and I asked my mom, "Where's that man now?" She was like 40. I'm like, damn, he was so
that's
cute
just not
to
a
me.
reality that I wanted to face.
You know,
You
it
could have
happens.
lied to me.
I played Chili in a TLC movie.
I know you
Close
did.
enough.
I know you did. Close enough. Absolutely close enough. From where I sit.
Sean! Woo! Okay, most uncomfortable interview moment.
Ooh.
If you've had it, you don't seem uncomfortable.
No,
by
I
much.
actually like, despite the format, it is always like such a positive
Right.
experience on the other side. But I'm trying to think of like uncomfortable moments. I mean, like, I kind of go back to this, but I love this episode. But I remember like DJ Khaled came in the first season and tapped out by the third wing, you know, which was like an interesting thing because I have this big long format. So it was like kind of an interesting thing where I'm sitting across from the person and then they completely like reject the format, you know, like in the beginning. And so then I'm like tethered into the machinery of the show and just trying to keep it going, you know, with somebody who's not going to participate on the other side. But then I don't know. Then
That's
there's like
so
a
crazy.
certain, I know, but there's a certain kind of like thing that happens in that episode as like a result of it being so off the wall in Gonzo that it's actually, I think, like one of like the 10 most important episodes we've ever done for that reason.
I'm
you know,
really
like
going
so.
back
Yeah,
to that.
go back and watch
Like, what
that
did
one.
DJ
Yeah,
Khaled create? Favorite place to go for a romantic date?
Ooh, you know, I'm a food guy. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm a restaurant guy. There's I like the taste of like oysters or like caviar and like champagne on
Ooh,
that
sounds
kind
nice
of
and rich.
yeah like that's I like a celebratory kind of feel to it. Yeah, a little truffle, little
do.
wagyu.
We're like naming everything, duck fat, bone marrow, like everything.
Yeah, all of those things. Yeah, and then like romantic. I'm like, I think maybe I just want to eat or something. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
It's so funny. One of my favorite restaurants in Chicago is this restaurant called Alinea. Have you ever been?
Of course I've been to Alinea.
Oh
yes.
my gosh, I love deconstructed like food and
And like
this
dinner is theater and all the
Oh my gosh, I love murder mystery dinners as well. Very cool stuff. Just
All right,
telling
well,
you.
I'm
just
taking
telling
notes. I'm
you,
taking
know. What is one thing that you can obsess over?
Ooh.
Any OCD vibes?
Ooh, I think probably like in certain ways. Obviously obsessed with my job, obsessed with the show, but I'm not like overly obsessed about anything. I think I'm like kind of
My
fickle.
shoes, yeah.
I'm fickle with hobbies and all like what am I into? I'm kind of into like jackets right now, but like other than that, like I have like not much going on.
Yeah,
in
what do
that
you consider a
department.
hobby for yourself?
Just I'm in the park every day, in the gym all the time. I love a rooftop pool. I
Okay.
love a rooftop pool. Love a resort vacation.
I love all this stuff too.
Yeah. We're locked in. We're on the same. Yeah, it's that
Fabulous.
gigawatt energy. You know.
Literally. Okay. What's your dream hot ones guest, dead or alive? I know you've gotten this one a million times.
I think the best one ever, if they were still alive, would be Chris Farley. Like just kind of made in a lab for hot ones, and would just be like an iconic, perfect, amazing hot.
I would love to see you with him. I would love to see you with Robin Williams.
Yeah, same. Yeah, Robin Williams is
Jim
up there
Carrey
too.
came yet?
No, not yet, but that would be.
We need Jim.
Yeah, we need Jim. There's a lot that we need.
I mean, it's so cool to know because I feel like in my mind when I think about hot ones, I'm like, they've done everybody under the sun, but it's cool for us to realize maybe there is some more because I feel like you guys have done so much great stuff, but it's like so great. There's still so much more. Too.
And too, it's like celebrities always evolving and changing. There's always like a freshman class that's coming in, and I always kind of like catching people right before they take off. You know,
Sure.
like I feel like we did that with like Shawn Mendes or Olivia Rodrigo or like even Billie Eilish. Like when we shot the Billie Eilish episode, it's always like kind of catching people like as they're about to take off. But I always think that that's like a really interesting part in their career.
It
Post Malone would be
is.
like another one that I feel like we caught on an upswing. So I circle those that genre of interview. Like I always love when we are able to book a guest like that.
Yeah, right before they reach that point.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Finish the sentence. The secret to a great interview is, which you've kind of answered this.
Authenticity, I think.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a lot harder than people expect. To get, you know what I mean? Because it's like you said, we're in a room, people are watching. Everyone has naturally, even if you're not an entertainer, people naturally have. You're different when you're being observed than you would be in your home with no one watching. So getting to that place is definitely a thing.
Where they can kind of like surrender to it or whatever. I always think like the key is to try to get to a point where the cameras and everything is just kind of blacked out, which I always think is nice because we have that black set and people are dying on spice, where it just becomes like a tunnel vision where it's like, it's just me and you in here. You know, it's just us. It's just us.
It's a trauma bond.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I try to get to.
Okay, so now it's time to do the fun part.
All
We're
right,
going to
cool.
play a game. I play a game.
It's been so fun already.
I was really actually, it's actually really nervous, Sean, because you are really great at what you do, and I wanted you to have just as much fun on my show as I do on yours.
Oh, it's just fun being with you.
I turn into Lucille Ball a little bit. Like, it becomes like I become just, Anyway, we're going to get into a fun game of Twister.
Okay, cool.
I think it would be great for us to get a little physical, have a little fun.
Yeah.
And
I'm in.
we're going to get some questions asked, and
All
we're
right,
going to get to touching
Yeah, all right,
the
let's
spots.
do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so Sean, I've asked you about everything about art, from living to lifestyle to the season 30 coming up of Hot Ones. 30 seasons?
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Is that how are you doing that? That seems like a lifetime of work.
Yeah, well, just as a Pac-Man, just one pebble after another. I'm lost in the sauce. 10 years went by, it all felt like 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh, congratulations on that premiering. But let's get into some Twister. My mom is here.
Oh.
Hello.
Good to see you again. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yes.
This is going to be a fun game of Twister. She's going to ask us questions.
Okay.
And we're going to figure out where our hands and our feet go. Okay, Mama.
So I should get started?
You should get started.
Okay, who goes first? I guess I
can go first.
Okay, Keke, you go first. All right, so question. Biggest red flag someone could have.
Okay, where'd I go?
It says right hand, yellow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest red flag someone can have.
Correct.
I think that it would probably be hating their mom.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. I love that one. Okay. All right. Okay. Sean, yellow, right hand. Your question is, your date starts interviewing you the entire night. Is that attractive or annoying?
You know what? I would find that annoying because I like to be the one that is keeping the ball in the air and controlling the conversation. I'm just wired that way. So if I was getting interviewed, I would find that annoying.
Okay, good. Okay, Keke. This is fun. I hope y'all in good shape.
Yes.
Okay.
I see you doing yoga. Yeah.
We both love the gym.
It says left hand green.
Okay.
Left hand green. Now your question is, your date is funnier than you. Is that attractive or threatening?
Actually, it's attractive. I think it's funny when I get a chance to just not be anything.
Okay, all right, I'm spinning. And Sean, left hand blue.
Ooh.
Okay.
Left hand blue. And your question is,
Come on, Plank.
I'm gonna hit a play.
are you into splitting the bill, yes or no?
No, I would pick up the bill. I would pick up the bill. I pick up lots of bills.
Now that, I heard the interview, that is Midwest of it. Yes. Okay, Keke.
Oh
There you go.
gosh.
Left foot
got a
green.
Left foot green?
Left foot green.
All right, left foot green. Shoot.
What is your toxic dating trait?
My toxic dating trait, I get scared a lot.
Oh, okay.
I get spooked and I just say, I gotta go to work. I get nervous. I'm not that vulnerable. I get nervous.
Okay, all right. Let me spin now for Sean. Let's hope we get a foot in here. Okay, blue, right foot.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, wow.
This is a jump.
Okay. Your date keeps checking their phone.
Ooh.
What do you do?
You know what? I deal with it in a quiet way during the actual date, but then that's probably the last date. That's kind of a red flag for me. I kind of keep the phone away. I understand checking it a little bit here and there, but if they're constantly on it, there's no.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
There's
crazy.
no future there.
Because you're not that engaged with me. Like, what the hell?
And you're caught in the matrix of your phone. I'm not going to be able to get you out of it.
All right. Keke.
I'm ready.
Right foot red. How the hell you gonna do that? Okay, you're at this date, girlfriend.
Okay.
And you don't feel any chemistry.
Oh no.
At all. What do? Fake it? Or get up and leave?
I turn into Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
Entertain my way through it.
Okay. All righty. Okay.
This is so crazy. I feel so nostalgic.
Sean, right foot green. Oh my God.
Right foot green.
Oh, you already got a right foot? Well, do the other foot. Yeah.
Do the other. Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay.
I'm hitting it.
Okay.
Crazy good.
If a date can't handle spicy food, is that a compatibility issue for you?
No, you know what? That's fine by me. You know, if I'm off the clock, which I would be when I'm with her, that's okay. You know, like we can do salads and juices and cereal.
Things that don't require Pepsi.
Okay. Okay, right foot yellow, Keke? I don't know.
Right foot yellow.
Yes. Okay. Best first date activity.
Best first date activity. Something where that's low pressure. You know, like maybe we are taking a stroll, you know, eating some, like maybe we picked up something and go sit in the park, or we go to a restaurant, we sit outside, something outside, like an outside park, you know, rooftop, anything that is like.
Speed up the answer. You know, maybe we go to the park, maybe we just.
And that's the thing. I wasn't saying anything unique.
Let me get him the ball.
Get him out of this position.
Okay. Left hand blue. Left hand blue.
Oh, it's already there. It's already there.
Okay,
Give me some new
let's do the foot.
Okay.
Right foot red.
Oh no.
Is that worse?
The Hammy's given.
I won.
I think you won.
Yes, you won.
Woo! Any more last questions?
But let me ask Sean this question because I'm interested in what he would say.
Second workout.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Pilates.
What's something you've learned the hard way in with dating?
A lesson to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You have to clearly identify priorities. You know what I mean? Because if you go in there not sure how they stack up, that'll create a problem along the way.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, because that's real compatibility. A lot of times we think, you know, when I think about when I was younger, I would just be thinking about chemistry. But compatibility, that's what that is. You know, what are our priorities? How do our life and our structure actually work? And a lot of times, you know.
You gotta learn that lesson the hard way.
Last question for you, Keke.
Okay.
Do you fall fast or do you take your time?
I think in real life, and I say real life because I feel like my life is now more representative than when I was younger. I was not sure what I was defining love as or connection as. Not that those connections weren't real, but I think that what I know of love now, it's much longer. It takes much longer for me because I think it's based off of realer things. Not just fun vibes, not just we kicking it and it's, you know, man, we got chemistry. It's like the love comes from a place of integrity. Not saying the other times it didn't, but it comes from how do we actually align? How is it actually having sustainability? So that takes longer.
Right. Last thing I'm going to say, Sean, you're from Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
And we grew up in Robbins. Mm-hmm. This is such a great moment for me. I'm 58 years old. And when I was growing up, a kid from Crystal Lake wouldn't have been seen with a kid from Robbins.
Damn, is Crystal Lake where the rich folks live?
That's where they are.
Mom, that is hilarious. So I gotta take my ass to Crystal Lake. Sound nice.
Anytime you want. Anytime you want.
But this is great. This is how life should be. The guy from Crystal Lake should be sitting next to the girl from Robbins.
That's right.
That's so sweet, Mom. I love that. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Evans. Your parents.
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
That was good. Y'all, he's too damn quick. Yes.
I love you too.
You're the best. What I love about this conversation is that it reminds you great interviews aren't just about the questions. They're about the intention behind them. And Sean has built an entire world of being present, being prepared, and being willing to go there, even when it gets hot. From watching his dad laugh at David Letterman to now creating moments that make millions of people feel something. That's not just success. That's purpose. Sean, I'm so glad that you brought your full self into this space. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you on Hot Ones real soon. Make sure to check out season 30 of Hot Ones coming this June. And to everybody listening, keep asking better questions. Keep working on your craft. And don't be afraid to turn up the heat on your dreams. Until next time on Baby, this is Keke Palmer.
Baby, this is Keke. Baby, this is Keke Palmer, yeah.
Okay, I know y'all are wondering, what happened after that game of Twister with Sean? And I already hear y'all. What's going on between them? Are they flirting? When is that date happening? Are we getting another hot one smooch? That's for us to know. And maybe you too if you keep watching on Spotify. And if you're subscribed to Spotify Premium, you won't get any commercial breaks on my show. So, no interruptions when you see some of those questions get answered this season.